So I, you know, Dazed and Confused was, I'm sure you get this a lot, probably from people who look exactly like me too, just so influential in my high school career. I had a lot of driving around, like, Culver City, like, windows down, like, blasting that music of the soundtrack. And I think that the Dazed and Confused had a large influence on the kind of stories I wanted to tell about youth and younger people, and just because I kind of identified with that kind of reckless urge, and also it being almost like a musical, that movie. I love that. So yeah, so I kind of want to thank you for that amazing work. And in connection to what we're talking about a little bit, like, you have, I mean, I think some of your earlier films have dealt with, like, youth and maybe because you were a younger filmmaker then.
I still am, though.
You are?
I'm in my early 50s now, and I'm just made a film about a kid who ends up going off to college. So I guess I don't know. It's something you've experienced from your own past. It's easier to deal with, or maybe it's kind of a process of trying to deal with certain elements of your own life, you know, in a fictional context. I think in Dazed and Confused, I was really just kind of, that was my high school.
Right.
I was just, it was years later, it was about 10 years after, I was kind of, now what the hell was that?
Right.
What does that mean? You know, you start looking at, I think film directors have to see the world in metaphoric terms.
Yeah.
It wasn't just my high school, it must have meant something more.
Right.
I saw it as, I don't know what, I was trying to search for what that meant.
Yeah.
You know, you're still dealing with what it was and trying to sort out your own feelings.
Right.
And I don't mind that. You know, that's how I think every story, every movie I'm trying to discover, or maybe I have mixed emotions, or I don't really know, I'm trying to find out something through that process. You know, I think that's a healthy way to work, you know, whatever you're doing, that's not a bad physical thing to be doing to kind of make sense of your world, you know, and your past and your future and all that. So every movie has allowed me a subject matter that I could really deal with, sometimes pretty personal, you know, pretty autobiographical. So it's kind of a blessing to be able to recreate something out of your own past.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't have definite things I wanted to say about it. I didn't have, like, I think some storytellers, you know, you have a moral and a lesson and you hammer it home. I didn't really have that. I didn't think the 70s were that great. I didn't think, you know, I had mixed feelings about so much of it. So,
yeah,
but I think people pick up on that too. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, he's not saying this was the best years of your life, you know, but they kind of are in some ways and kind of aren't in others, you know.
Yeah, I find, like, especially like working on the musical with Sammy, it's like we felt, at least I felt, because I was writing sort of about high school experiences and things that shaped me, I didn't really know the meaning of them, but I think I also felt like I was being a little too giving with what I had experienced. That, am I giving too much of myself into this, that people can look back on me and go, oh, he's writing about himself, it's him. Like, do you feel that?
No, I don't think there's such a thing. I think that's your obligation, really, to express yourself. And, you know, you can couch it in whatever autobiographical terms you want, but so much music is that. You know, you look at you know, and it's kind of not a bad, as you get older, you look back and go, well, maybe it's a little naked or a little embarrassing, but you go, yeah, that's where I was at the time. You make your peace with it, and now here's where I am. Right. You know, it's a healthy place to work from. It's not bad at all. I mean, it takes some guts. You know, you got to be able to not be afraid to, if people, you know, give you some grief about, oh, that's too, you know, there's no such thing. We're all trying to communicate, I think, in this world, right? Share our stories, our passions. Right. Communicate with others. I think that's what art is for. Certainly, I think that's what technology is trying to do.
Right. Well, I mean, now it's easy for all of us to not even think about what we're communicating anymore.
Yeah.
Just communicating for the sake of communicating.
Which I like to be a little more conscious, and
well, that's
been
the
a lot
adult
of
choices.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time deciding what content to communicate. Right. That's a filmmaker. That's why I kind of like the feature film format. It's like a lot of effort goes into that 90 minutes or 2 hours. You know.
Right. Well, I mean, soon you're gonna be finding like these like incredible. Oh, I'm sure you can find them already. Like these incredibly done films on online, YouTube. And
yeah. No, it's great. It's what we wished for, you know, many years ago. It's like everyone can make a movie. You know, like everyone could always write a novel or do a painting, or, but it was kind of hard to make a movie. The fact that that's become a lot easier, technologically speaking, I think that's a good thing.
Right.
But at least people can not feel like they're excluded from that as a possible artistic medium, means of expression for themselves. So I think that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still always hard to get films seen. You know?
Right.
But
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, like I feel like I just want, like with this web series and stuff, I felt like, oh, you know, maybe I want to make this documentary feature that I can sell maybe, and then have like something from that. But at the end of the day, I was just like, I want everyone to see this. I want everyone to see my sister. I want to be putting as much of her out there as I can. And I don't really at first I was like worried about what people would think about that, but now I'm just like, I feel so
I wouldn't be
satisfied.
At all. Yeah, of course. No, it's great what you're doing. I mean, I think it's important. It's a great, you know, it's like an honor to honor her.
Right.
You know.
Well, it's amazing, you know, in the trajectory of my sister's life, the things that she accomplished in her short life.
I know.
And the irony that's just like seated in each event. I mean, being captured in a feature film that will last forever of her pitching, which is a natural ability of hers.
Yeah, a little baseball player.
And how all the planets align for that.
At that moment.
And all of us just going, what the fuck? Like, how is this happening? But it is, you know?
But it did, yeah.
And that happening, and then, you know, just even like the little things of her life, the way it all kind of wove together and pieced the woman who she became, and you're a huge integral part of that.
Well, it was just wonderful to be there at that early stage, but I was very proud of the woman she was becoming when she told me she was writing songs, she was making films, and, you know, working. I just, you know, she's an artist in process. You know, it's just, you know, so young, and she had done so much, you know, so.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a loss to, you know, I can't even think, it just breaks your heart to, you know, think about what we won't have, you know.
Yeah.
But I just can't, obviously, you know,
well,
but it's great what she did leave. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing, she has tons
There's a lot of material, and I think it's great. You're getting it out there and working with it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, just to wrap up, I want to thank you on behalf of my family and just everyone who knew Sammy, that happened, because now we have that, and you've been just the most giving person to me. I mean, I got to visit me and Orson Welles in London and spend as much time on the set of Bad News Bears with my entire family, my grandmother. It's just, you know,
fun.
You've been such an amazing person.
Well,
and thank you.
I love the experience of when you make art with people. It's like a family, and you're sort of a family for life. I love that aspect. You know, you really give of yourself, and then their family becomes your family. And, you know, even though you don't see each other every year, but I just remember talking to Sammy, you know, there later, by the time she was kind of college age, you know, even we'd talk maybe once a year sometimes.
Yeah.
We'd call, but it was always special just to get that 45-minute or that whatever catch up or an email, or, you know, just like, even though you're not in each other's life physically all the time, that you're, you know, you care about them, and you're, you know, you're pulling for them. So
I mean, it meant a lot.
I feel that way about everyone you've ever worked with. So it's important I think it's important to give of yourself when you do have these artistic collaborations and these moments, these opportunities in life, to really work closely with people and give your best and do your best, because you know, that becomes a really special moment when you have a lot of people, like being on that team. You know, it's a special moment that you'll always have, but you know, you gotta be honest and give your best, and then you feel good about it forever, you know, whatever happens.
That's just beyond refreshing to hear. I mean, I think that all my friends and people who I know, peers who are in the business, are trying to feel a little hopeless with that kind of the pressure of what people who've done it already feel, you know.
Yeah, you gotta just love the process too. That, you know, life gives you these opportunities to Well, express yourself, work with good people, create,
Right.
have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like that's really your life. You know, we're taught, especially as young people, like, oh, there's some goal at the end. Oh, well, where are we going to sell this? What, you know, what's the end user? It's like, no, it's our lives. You know,
Right.
we're trying to, you know, have fun and express ourselves and tell stories and work with people we like. And, you know, like that in itself is pretty great. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if anything more, you know, if you get more than that in this world, then that's just really a bonus. But it's easy to be kind of angsty. Society wants product, you know, they want money and all that stuff. But, you know, that either comes or it doesn't. But, you know, it's good to work. You know, if the work's good enough, maybe you gotta get a little lucky too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the idea of just having fun. I'm at a place in my life where I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And art gives me a lot of joy,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, well, keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's what we're...
I promise you I will.
Yeah,
You promise
I
me
have
too,
no
man.
doubt.
Okay, cool.
I have no doubt.
Cool.
I have
All right.
no doubt.
Well,
I have total faith
I can't thank you
in
enough.
you, and I love what you're doing.
Oh, stop.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, it means a lot to me just to
I
see
appreciate it.
Sammy and, you know,
Yeah. Well, I hope to keep
going on.
showing you stuff of hers and
Thank you.
and including it and
Mhm.
putting it out there, because to me that's my life work right now.
Yeah, good. I'm glad it is.
But sir, it is
Means a lot
Oscar.
to-
It's Oscar Sunday this Sunday. You just got in. I've totally taken up too much
Anyway,
of your time.
no, it's good. It's good seeing you, man.
Yeah, it's great seeing you. I can't wait till we see
So,
each other.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching this special.
Thanks for
SGP
having me.
Chats. Yes. Anytime.
All right, sure, man.